There we go. All right, you guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. So I'm here at the club. I am here alone. So if somebody walks in, I might have to get off. But I thought I would jump on here really quick because I've been MIA. And I wanted to share some things that maybe not only can help you, but it definitely can help me. And that is that what do we need to do before the new year, right? And some things that are shifting in my mindset and in my heart, and maybe some of you guys are going through the same thing. If not, maybe you will someday, and you can come back and listen to this, okay? So here we go. So on December 20th, on Monday, first of all, last Friday, my coach Olga, and if you guys want to, it's on my Facebook, my coach Olga did a live in Spanish on how to take advantage of the longest night of the year, which was on Monday, and she gave us tasks to do. Okay, I'll put it on the feed when I get off this live, and so she gave us this task, right? And so on Monday, I'm gonna confess, I only did one of three. Okay, I did the first one, which was write down everything you want to let go of, all the things that don't serve you, and then burn it. And as I was doing that, I've done this many times for many years, okay? And I'm going to confess, I've never really felt anything. I mean, like, I think mentally I was like, okay, I'm going to let this go. But then, like, the next day I was back to my old self, right? But something happened this time. Like, as I was writing good morning, Active Fit. As I was writing, you know what, as you guys are on here, tell me if any of you guys did the ritual that Olga told us to do on Monday, okay? Put me on the comments if you guys did the ritual. And if you did it, put what ritual, okay? I want to see who's on here. But anyhow, so I wrote down everything that I was supposed to let go, I want to let go of, and I burned it. And I promise you, I literally felt, not on everything, but I literally felt very like a shift in my energy with some of the things, okay? But here's the thing that happened. My very first thing on that list, okay, was to stop worrying about other people. And the reason I say that, ay, gracias, Elsa. The reason I'm saying that is because I've had a tendency, right? And this is a big aha moment for me, and maybe it can be for you. I've had a tendency to worry a lot about a lot of people, about other people. So like, and there's this thing in Spanish, soy bien entrometida, like one of my friends' kid is sick, and I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, I have somebody that can help him. You know, like that is just my nature. And one of the things, hi Naida, and one of the things that I have realized is that although some people appreciate that, right? Like 5%, okay? The rest of them, it might come across like I'm being judgmental, or I'm being controlling, or I'm butting into something that's not my business, things like that, right? And I come from a space of, if you love me and you see something that can help me better myself and do something better for me, please tell me, okay? That's the space I come from. Like my friends, that's how we operate. But what I've realized, and Olga told me this, I don't know how many times, is that hardly anyone is like that. Very few people really, really, really want to be contributed to things that they need to change or better themselves. I don't understand that because that's not the world I live in. So that was the first thing I wrote on that list, right? The other thing I wrote on that list was I want to let go of me being disorganized, okay? I've never been the most organized person. And, you know, like I'm not like a mess, but I'm not like organized, where I'm not like, if you tell me where is this, I would be like, I don't know, let me go look for it, right? Where other people, I have some cousins that have like OCD organization, right? They know where everything is at every moment, at every time. That's not my reality, okay? My brain is like this, so therefore my space is like this. And I wrote other things that I write every year that still have not transformed. Anyhow, those two things, okay? Immediately, I love OCD. Yeah, be careful what you say, Naida. Immediately started to shift. Like, no kidding, right? Like, I started to feel like this sense of, I need to get my clothes organized. And yesterday, on Tuesday, I took that on. I organized all my workout clothes, I organized my clothes, okay? I got to do my closet next, but all my drawers are organized, right? And then I started to have the shift of, I need to just focus on myself, my family, and I don't want to say not care about other people, but not be like so concerned about other people that it is a detriment to myself, right? And I feel that a lot of people that come from a place of always wanting to help maybe suffer from this, right? This lady last night said to me, I'm very controlling with my children. I'm very controlling with my husband. I want to tell him how to do things, when to do things, right? That's another form, right, of showing care, because it's her family. She wants to do better, wants them to do better, but it comes across from wanting to control a space of controlling. So either way, right? So why am I sharing this with you guys? Because as we're walking into the new year, okay, I am also listening to an audio from Joseph McClendon about a new year evolution versus a new year resolution. So like, how do you evolve this next year, 2022? Step number one is to identify what are the things that we need to shift within ourselves. Like, what are the things that need to change? What are the things that no longer serve you, right? So for me, that's one of the biggest things I'm taking on. And I'm going to confess to you, it's been very emotional for me, okay? Because I care a lot about a lot of people. And I many times don't feel appreciated for that care. If anything, what I've realized is that when I care a lot about certain people, it actually has them push me away. Okay? I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that. But it's like it has them, it makes me feel, I should say this, it makes me feel like they're pushing me away, right? And one of the things that I've realized last night we did a team building, we had conversations, is that it's very uncomfortable to be around people that see you. Me dicen la verdad y mi que no me gusta, tómalo por mejor yo. Nice, Miss Campos. So let me tell you something here, okay? Pay attention to this because this is like kind of deep, okay? Kind of deep. And that is that it is very uncomfortable to be around people that truly see you. That truly see you. What does that mean, Karla? That means that they see who you really are. And they see the things that you're really going through. Okay, most people are like oblivious to the reality of stuff, right? Including myself, okay? I'm very clueless in a lot of things. Like, I would be the worst detective if somebody walked in here and started doing something not good and somebody asked me what shoes, I would be like, I have no idea. How tall? I have no idea, right? Then there's friends like my friend Tova who would tell you the size, the height, the weight, what they were wearing because their eyes are trained for that, right? Mine are not. So I'm very oblivious to a lot of things. But one of the things I'm not oblivious to many times is the people that I care about, their energy, the space that they're in. And now I'm like, okay, Karla, New Year's evolution. Cállate. Shut up. Don't say anything. Because the reality is, as somebody said to me last night, people are where they are. People are doing what they're doing, and people are being who they're being. And it's not until we, including myself, okay, because there's areas in my life that I am not happy about, okay, that I'm not content with, that I'm not joyful about, that I'm not like thrilled about, right? And I'm in a very funky space right now because I'm coming in confrontation with those things. Okay, so whenever your emotions are whenever you're feeling some type of way, I'm going to recommend that you stop and you think, what has me feeling this way? What has me thinking these things, right? So anyhow, so yesterday when we were talking here, it made me really realize like how much of a detriment I have been doing to myself, right? Worrying about outside things when really what I should be doing is worried about what is in here, right? So as we're walking into this new year, I'm going to invite all of us not to just think about, do I want to lose weight, make more money, do this, do that, but what are the internal things that we want to shift within us to allow us to evolve to another level and to allow us to attract the things that we want to attract and not, and not be the same, right? Because so many times I'm guilty of this. How many of us have said like, I want to whatever, lose weight. I want to make more money. I want to whatever. Like, have you realized how many of our New Year's resolutions are the same as last year's? How many of us have the same resolutions year after year after year after year? Me, I could tell you one particular thing in my life I've been wanting for like 7 years, right? And nothing has changed. And it's making me really confront, like, Karla, do you really think that will ever change? Do you really think that will ever evolve? Do you really think you can really transform that? Because the reality is either commit to transforming that, stop complaining, or shift something, right? Like, you gotta move. You can't be, I'm talking to myself, okay? I was telling myself, you can't be like in the same space with the same energy, with the same environment, with the same thought process, with the same mindset, and then expect the world outside of you to shift. It just doesn't work that way, right? So yeah, I'm a little passionate about that, as you can tell. But anywho, so as we're walking into this new year, I'm going to really invite all of us between now and the new year to not only make a list of resolutions, not only make a list of things that you want for your life, not only make a things of things you want to accomplish, right? But I'm going to invite us, all of us, to really make a list also, a consciousness of things we want to shift inside. What are the things you want to shift within you? What are the things you want to alter inside? Mentally, emotionally, physically, right? Because the reality is, the outside, I listened to a podcast the other day, and I love what this person said. The interviewer asked the gentleman, why is it so important for you to have such nice things? Why is it so important for you to have such a nice house, nice car, blah, 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 right? And he said, because everything you see out here, listen to this, okay? This is freaking, I was like, oh, right? And I've heard this 1,000 times, but this time it hit. He said, everything you see out here is a reflection of what I've been working on in here. In other words, that is a reflection of what's in here. How I feel about myself, how I treat myself, etc. And I was like, snap, okay? I could definitely get better at that, okay? There's a lot of things that I feel really good about myself, but again, one of the things I need to work on is to be more organized. Why? Because I understand that as I organize my external world, my internal world will start to get organized as well. See, sometimes we got to work inside, going out, like in here first and then out. But then there's other things that if you change your outer world, your inner world is going to follow. For example, if you're very negative, okay, and if you're always freaking pissed about everything and you don't like people and all this other stuff, right? Well, what it's going to end up happening, awesome, Myra, what is going to end up happening is you could meditate and work inside and change your way of thinking and all that stuff. But the reality is sometimes you don't know how to go. It's so in your DNA. It's so in your cells. Your whole family's always pissed. Your whole family's always negative. Your ancestors had a hard upbringing. So your DNA, your inside maybe doesn't know how to be joyful, as an example, right? So what do you need to do? You need to surround yourself with people that are joyful, that are positive, that are what you want to change into. And as you're getting around those people, what's going to end up happening is, as long as you're constantly around them and making a mental awareness, you'll eventually start to shift from the inside as well. So yes, we can shift from the inside out, but also your environment dramatically impacts your inside, okay? So in conclusion, okay, I'm going to challenge all of us to not only think about the list of the things we want to accomplish as far as body, money, business, cars, etc. You're welcome, babe. Okay? Not only do that, but also look at what are the things internally that we need to shift mentally, spiritually, emotionally. What are the things that we need to let go of, okay, that are holding us back? And then I heard this other thing this morning. So I wake up, let me tell you my ritual, okay? I wake up, I go to the restroom. And then I make my energy drink, okay, and I sit and I drink it while I'm listening to some type of personal development. This morning I listened to Joe Dispenza, and one of the things that he was saying, which is so true, is that, and like, you know how you know things, but sometimes you're like, oh my God, why didn't I pay attention to this before? And that is that if you are not living in your future, you're living in the memories of the past. If you're not literally, deliberately creating your future, you are living from the memories of the past. Okay? And I'm so guilty of that. Okay? Like, it makes me emotional, right? I'm so guilty of that because there's something that has been, I'm not happy with for like 7 years, 8 years, something like that. I don't even know how many years, but right? And I always think like, how can I make this better? How can I change this? And the reality is I'm living in the past rather than creating a future that I want to live into. And that was my big aha this morning. So how I'm going to do that is by starting to shift the things starting to think about what are the things I need to change within me in order to attract that which I've been wanting, right? Instead of just wanting, just wishing, just hoping and grinding, working, hoping I will attract it, but to really come within. So I know. I sometimes wonder, ignorance really is freaking bliss, okay? Because when you don't know certain things, you're like, oh, that's just the way like this. That's just the way I am, right? But when you know that you can change and when you know that you can alter and you know that you can really, 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 like no kidding, manifest and attract your environment, now you have a sense of responsibility. You're welcome, Vanessa. Now you have a sense of responsibility to make that change. And I'm not telling you that you're not going to complain, okay, because I'm still I'm still complaining about certain things, right? But, but now, like, I also know that I have the power within me to either A, stop complaining, okay, and do something about it. Do something about it and stop complaining, right? Or, or just, we need to do something about it. Anyways, all right, you guys. So if you guys didn't listen to the audio with Olga, it was powerful. I've heard it 3 times. Go back and listen to it. It's on my Facebook. I'll put it in my story so you guys can go to the Facebook and listen to it. Because I don't know how I share it in Instagram, but it was so good. It is so good. Like I said, I've heard it 3 times, and still I'm like, wait, what'd she say? Wait, what'd she say? So, all right, guys, have a blessed weekend. Have a blessed Christmas. Don't forget what the real meaning of Christmas is. Yes, the gifts are amazing, but the reality is it's about getting together. And don't forget, Monday is my birthday. All right, you guys, have a blessed one, and Merry Christmas.